Hello and welcome to the channel. Presidential candidate of the African Action Congress AAC, Omoyele Sowore, has faulted President Tinubu's student loan bill which he signed into law on Monday. With this initiative, it is the hope that Nigerian tertiary students can be able to access loans to further their educational careers. But Sowore has slammed the bill and said basically that is not what the Nigerian students need. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Nigerian students need study grant per semester, not loans. Sowore faults new law signed by Tinubu. Human rights activist and presidential candidate of the African Action Congress AAC, Omoyele Sowore, has faulted the student loans law signed by President Bola Tinubu on Monday. Sahara reporters reported that Tinubu signed the student loan bill into law which allows Nigerian students to access loans from the government. It will make provision for funds to be domiciled in the Federal Ministry of Education and will only be accessed by indigent students of tertiary institutions. Reacting to the passage of the student loans law, Sowore said that student loans were never good for a society that needed to aggressively fund education. Sowore noted that the U.S. had more or less devoured its young and old educated population with student loans, adding that what Nigerian youths needed was a free, quantitative education at all levels. According to him, many U.S. citizens today are victims of education loans, whereas the U.S. spends unconscionable amounts in fighting wars that benefit none of their citizens. Every student in our educational institutions at the higher levels should earn nothing less than 100,000 naira per semester as a study grant. Even the U.S. has evolved past this stage and are now seeking ways to massively forego student loans. He added, I have spoken extensively about loans because I am still owing student loan sharks 20 years after graduating from Columbia University in New York. Nothing good will come out of student loans. Meanwhile, months after the conduct of the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria, candidate of the African Action Congress AAC in the race, Omoyele Sowore, said that Bola Ahmed Tinubu was not elected as claimed by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), but was selected. Sowore, who spoke in Lagos State on Monday at a symposium organized by the AAC Women Wing, Lagos State Chapter, to commemorate June 12, 1993 era, now known as Nigeria's Democracy Day, said it did not lose the election because there was no election in 2023. The political activist said Nigerians could not jubilate on the occasion of the 2023 Democracy Day due to the events that happened during the general elections. Sowore also lampooned the administration of President Tinubu for removing fuel subsidy immediately after it occupied the seat of power. According to him, Tinubu's two major concerns are what would only benefit him, stressing that rather than talking of how to end BH insurgency and banditry in the country, he added that the president's interest was how to exploit the Lagos model of democracy, bureaucracy, to Abuja to nationalize it. Tinubu came, he hasn't lasted for 2 weeks. Two things were of great concern to him: how to punish the poor and who are the poor, the same people who have always been cheated out of the Commonwealth of Nigeria. The second thing Tinubu did was to talk about how to fight to restore oil exploration in the Niger Delta. That is the only thing that concerns them. Nobody is talking about how to end BH banditry. It is how to exploit the Lagos model of democracy to Abuja and nationalize it, which is this bureaucracy that he is doing in Lagos, Sowore said. The Sahara Reporters publisher also told the program attendees that the progress of Nigeria and Yoruba, in particular, does not depend on the politics of tribal rights, but on the right people being in power. He said, I have been hearing that some people are saying that it is our turn, whether they rig the election or not. Since your people have been doing the democracy of our rights, the land has never progressed. Yoruba can only progress when you have the right people in power, and that is why the last time anyone had rights here was when Awolowo was in power, and it was because he had a great character, not because he was able to bulldoze his way. He further pointed out that there was no election in 2023, saying, "Anybody who says I'm talking because I lost the election in 2023, I did not lose the election in 2023 because there was no election in 2023. What they did was selection. Since they ended the election, the person who claims to have won the election cannot jubilate. Since they ended the election, they are not worried about 17 other candidates in the election. They are worried about APC." Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. More than 2 weeks after leaving office as the Vice President of Nigeria, Yemi Osinbajo has been berated by Omoyele Sowore, accusing him of doing nothing to make the country better during his 8 years in office. Sowore alleged that Osinbajo and his principal, former President Muhammadu Buhari, only worked as a tag team to destroy Nigeria. Taking to his Twitter account, where he shared a video of Osinbajo's flight after departing Abuja on Monday, following the handover ceremony to a new government. Sowore knocked the former vice president, describing him as a failure. He wrote, "Failure par excellence, the end of an hero. At Prof. Osinbajo returned back from Abuja having done absolutely nothing to make Nigeria better than he met it. At Prof. Osinbajo and at M. Buhari destroyed Nigeria as a tag team. As my secondary school principal used to say, Boselo, Losebo, BLLB. He went empty-handed and returned empty-handed." Meanwhile, political analyst Rino Omokri has laid out some demands for President Bola Tinubu-led federal government following the removal of fuel subsidy. Omokri noted that he was in full support of the subsidy removal as it was part of the manifesto of the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar. He, however, insisted that civil servant salaries have to be increased and the Central Bank of Nigeria's multiple exchange rates must be halted. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.